Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Kantech EntraPass Go install presentation. We'll be starting in about a minute or so, so be patient. Thank you for joining us. We'll give everybody a minute to join and we'll start. Thank you. So good afternoon, everybody. Just give us a few seconds and we'll be starting. Everybody, just a second for everybody to start. And thank you. So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the EntraPass Go install presentation. Today we're very happy to announce the EntraPass Go install itself has been released and available to everybody. Now, let me introduce myself. My name is Tom Gifto-Christos, and I'm one of the apps engineers of Kantech. Myself and my colleague Rob take care of pre-sale, designing, and all special projects. If you have any questions during the presentation, please ask them via the question portion of the GoToMeeting app, and we'll answer them at the very end. If you have any specific questions, you could always reach out to us via email at kantechapps@tycoint.com. That's kantechapps@tycoint.com. Or you can reach your local Kantech sales rep or local rep himself, and we can assist you directly with any questions you have. Now, are you guys excited? I know I am. So let's go. Imagine programming your controllers from a phone and a tablet. You don't have to go to a computer, take away the customer from his working day-to-day operations to go change a setting on the door, to go unlock a door, or any of those features, right? Yes, now you don't have to imagine anymore. These features and now are available with the EntraPass Go install. It's now available for Apple products. So if you have an iPhone or an iPad, you can quickly, easily program your KT400s and KT1s over the EntraPass Go install. There are two major purposes for the EntraPass Go install. You can quickly program a controller, which I'll show you guys in a few minutes, allowing you to name the door, door contact recs, and you're in and out in a few minutes, saving you plenty of time. And something really, really interesting is a commissioning report. What's a commissioning report, you ask? Well, that's something that we've introduced in EntraPass Go to help you test your doors and to make sure that they're working correctly. Now, before we go see the actual cool stuff, we gotta go through what's requirements. Some requirements. It does require EntraPass Corporate or Global Edition version 7.0 or higher. It connects like EntraPass Go. So you guys all love the EntraPass Go where you can unlock your doors, add cards, view video, and so on. You can now use the same credentials, the same information, to enter that information onto the EntraPass Go install by simply adding the same username, the same password, the same link, and the same port. If you do have a standard SSL encryption, you can check the box secure connection, thus making the encryption secure, the connection secure. It's available for iPhone and iPads, iOS 9.3. So it's available for the Apple products. It is coming out for Android. So Android is coming out in about November 2016. So for all the great phones out there like Android, you'll have to wait a bit longer. Now, the EntraPass Go install isn't just an application for the customer. It's also for the technician. This is where a technician, an installer, an integrator, can have multiple logins at the same time. So when he opens up his app or her app, they log in with their secure password, and now they can create many, many logins. Now, you guys are good integrators, so you're going to have multiple customers in there. And since Kantech never breaks or doesn't break often, you can actually archive these passwords, these connections, and have them stored for later on. So when you go to service a battery or a random door component, you can actually go and reactivate that server connection. So you don't have them always in front of you. For demos, if you want to do any kind of demo with this or play with this, you can definitely do this once you download the EntraPass Go install. And by the way, the EntraPass Go install is completely free. You download the EntraPass Go install from the Apple Store, and it's going to ask you for a username and password. For demos, it's written on the screen, demo.kantech.com, with a username of Go install, with a password of Go install, and a secure connection. Now, the EntraPass Go install is free, and it does use a web connection. So like the EntraPass Web and the EntraPass Go, the EntraPass Go install uses a web connection, concurrent connection. Now, once you've installed this and you deployed your customer, you're pretty much done, and you can leave the connection for the customer to use his EntraPass Go. From the home screen, it's very, very simple. You get to see your entire site at a glance. You get to see failures in red, passes of commissioning of past components, things that have passed their test and are working, in green. And something that we've done really cool with the EntraPass Go install is you can actually click and hold on buttons, and it will actually give you a menu, like a sub-menu. From there you can get advanced options like associations and commissioning, or you can even edit components very easily from here. Now, adding a controller, that's what the EntraPass Go install is for, is we can add a controller in 3 steps. The days of running back and forth to the computer, mistyping serial numbers, getting the wrong information, tweaking, going back and forth and back and forth are gone. I've done tech support, and a lot of times you actually could, sir, go to the door and click on that button and come back. Well, those days are gone. All from your iPhone or your iPad. You can actually do this. And in 3 steps, you click on the controller, and you can enter the serial number and MAC address of your KT400 or KT1. But again, typing on an iPhone or an iPad can take long. On the KT1, there's a QR code. You click on the QR code button, and it takes a picture of the barcode, the QR code, which will get that information sent in EntraPass and will populate the serial number and MAC address. Very, very easy to program a controller. And then some logistical questions. What's the name? What connection do you want to put it under? So are you going to put it in a brand new building, or are you going to put it in an existing building? A new site, a new connection, you configure it from there. So in 3 steps, I've literally programmed my controller. And very easily, like we've done in the EntraPass workstation and EntraPass web, we can name our doors, choose our door contact, and rexes. So within a few minutes, 2-3 minutes, you've programmed your KT400 or your KT1 with the doors that are associated to it. And you're pretty much done. Are you guys excited about this? Are you guys all chanting and cheering? I hope so. Now, we all know that not everybody has standard doors. And I wouldn't, or the EntraPass Go install wouldn't be complete if you couldn't change the door settings. So from the door menu under the advanced settings, I can go and change certain settings. If you have a mag lock, if you have a strike, a schedule, you can assign predefined schedules to the EntraPass Go install doors. Through the EntraPass Go install, you can assign a schedule to that door. You can put a door contact, a rex, even assign relays for their locks to follow. Makes life very easy to program a controller and its doors. Now, that's pretty exciting, I think. Now, something we've done in a new to the EntraPass world is something called associations. An association lets you group components together because a customer doesn't look at a door like a door by itself. He looks at it as the office, Tom's office, Greg's office, and so on and so forth. We can connect, group together a door, a relay, a DSC component, even an exact camera, an exact vision camera that's tied to the Kantech system. I can group them together. So for the customer, it's one logical grouping of his physical components. It's not just a door, it's the office door. And that includes everything tied to that. And then I can run commissioning reports. I think I've mentioned the word commissioning reports a few times. That's because what is a commissioning report and why? We all test our doors and we all test our settings, yeah? But the benefit of the commissioning report within Kantech is that it gives the integrator a tool that they can test and confirm that everything is working correctly on the actual door. Not just does the door work. Yeah, everybody's door works, but sometimes cables aren't installed correctly, or the LED's forgotten, or the Rex is normally open or normally closed. I get calls, my Rex is not working correctly. Well, is it adjusted? The commissioning report has a best practice in mind to actually test the door components, the camera components, to make sure that everything is working. It tests the entire system, the entire association, and then emails the customer a paper copy of the report that they can sign off. It includes pictures, comments, and all the information needed to make sure the report is running. Now, there are many ways of running an association report. A commissioning report. You could run it on an individual component, just on the door, just on the reader, or you can run it on the entire association. You know what, let me go test the office door. The office is having problems, I'll test the camera, the intrusion panel, all that. What are the benefits for the integrator? Well, we actually test. Now, you all have reports that you got to make the customer sign off. We're all aware of that. But one of the benefits of the commission report from Kantech, that it gives you the best practices included. Now, you all do best practices. but this is best practice specific to the Kantech system, to the access controller. Did your card work? Did the relays work? Did the door contact, the recs, all that stuff? Also, you have a follow-through to follow up with the customer and even take pictures. The benefit of taking pictures is you literally take your iPhone and you take up to 3 pictures per component, per door, for example. This is how the door looked like. When I left and I went home, this is how the door looked like. If somebody broke it, that's something else. It also, you could take a picture of the controller, open the cabinet of the controller, and take a picture of the controller showing how the install was wired and how clean it is. For a customer, what's the benefit for you, Mr. Customer, of having the commissioning report? Well, you get a report, detailed. You know who did it, at what time, and the EntraPass software will tell you if every component was checked or passed. It's not just a checkbox that anybody can check on a piece of paper. This is on their iPhone. They have to test and pass or not pass every component. So you know what failed and what didn't fail. And you get better quality now because you have to sign off on the actual report. You're going to make sure that everything works. If you see a red dot, hey, that didn't pass, then you have it fixed. So we can run reports from pretty much everywhere. You can run it from the home screen, at the component, or at the association. There's many ways of running. You just hold the button down and you can run the association itself. So here, this is how a commissioning report looks for a door. You physically have to see all the doors on the left. This one on the left is already finished. On the right, it's an in-progress report. So basically tap every component, and in an example here, you can swipe the card. And when I swipe my card, whether the card works or not, physically, it doesn't matter. I didn't get any information. Therefore, I check the box that says X, that it did not work. So my card reader failed. I can now go and troubleshoot and rerun the report when I am completed it. So I check every single item, the locks, the door contacts, and when everything is green and everything is ready, I can take pictures and put comments on my component, on my door. And this will be stored in EntraPass that I can run later on. So once I've tested my door, I can test my camera, I can test my DSC integration. And all that information is now stored physically in EntraPass. And from the EntraPass system, a customer, an integrator, can see past commissioning reports. So as a customer, I see, oh, that report, that commissioning passed on that date. I see who did it, I see the information that the reader worked, and I get to see the pictures that were taken. A customer can also request a commission to happen because the door required recommissioning, something broke on the door, for example, right? A door contact fell off, or the rec stopped working, or somebody hit the tractor, whatever. All that information can be re-requested. So when the technician goes back on the EntraPass Go install, they can rerun the report, the commission report again. So once the report has been sent from the EntraPass Go install via email, they get a PDF looking report, and you get an information. You also get the 3 pictures you took showing you how the door looks like. So you get to see the front door, the reader, the controller if you want, and information. Who the customer is and who the dealer was, which technician, Mr. Giftopoulos here, did the actual inspection, and he passed it. And as a customer, you can sign off on the commissioning, on the report, saying that, hey, by the way, this door worked. It's all date stamped, and you get to have your logo up here. We put the Kantech logo that looks pretty, but you can put any logo you want as an integrator. So the customer can keep these reports, paper copies or digital copies, and in the Kantech software have the report itself through the EntraPass components. So the EntraPass Go makes your life a lot easier because now you can program all the stuff from your iPhone, from your iPad, and then go to the software for tweaking really advanced stuff. But most doors, most components will be programmed from here. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the EntraPass Go install and you guys really liked it. I'm really excited for this. Before we open it up, we're going to open it up to questions in a few seconds. So take the time to actually ask your questions, and I'll ask them in a few seconds. So one of the benefits of the EntraPass Go is that it can run